Not the total hardest ones because these don't have fractions in them, and we're still going to get integer answers. Stop the banging, please. Thank you, dear. Jack, you going to be able to compose yourself? Okay. Alright, so the ones we're going to do today, we'll kind of, Brandon had a little question about how do you figure out what to multiply by. I'm going to give you a technique that will always work for what you multiply each line by. And so you may end up liking doing them just like this. So I got 4x plus 5y equals 35, and negative 3x plus 2y equals negative 9. Is this what? You had a question? Okay. So I'm going to do a couple example problems. I don't know that we'll get to homework today because we've got some review problems to do too. Okay. So, pardon me? Yes. Yeah. You can always use your notes on the test. Okay. All right. So when I look at this one and I try to decide how I'm going to do elimination on this one, number one, I don't have any x's with the same number in front of them. I don't have any y's with the same number in front of them, so I can't just add or subtract. And then there isn't like an easy number, a whole number that I can multiply negative 3 by and get 4, or 2 by to get 5. It's going to be a fraction that I'd have to multiply. So here's the technique that I use. I take that 4 sitting in front of that x, and that's what I'm going to multiply the bottom equation by, that very 4. And I take that 3 sitting in front of that x, and I'm going to take a positive 3, and I'll show you why. Let me do that one in purple. I'm going to take that 3, and I'm going to put that in front of the top equation. So I've just taken the 4 and the 3, that's the coefficients of x, and just flip them. One of them they go opposite. Now, I got to look at my signs. 3 times 4, that's positive 12. 4 times negative 3, that's negative 12. I have a positive 12 and a negative 12. So that's the way I want to do my multiplications. If I had a positive 12 and a positive 12, then I'd want to make one of these numbers negative, and it really wouldn't matter which one. Okay? So I'm going to take this first equation and distribute this 3 all the way across. So I'm working with the purple one right now. 3 times 4x is 12x, plus 3 times 5y is 15y, equals 3 times 35, I might need a calculator today, 3 times 35 is 105. Yeah, got that right. And now let me do the second equation. 4 times negative 3x is negative 12x. 4 times positive 2y is positive 8y. And 4 times negative 9 is negative 36. All right, now I take these two equations, and these are the ones that I am going to add to eliminate. And my x's are going to eliminate. If I'm always using the coefficient of the x's, my x's are always going to eliminate. Okay? 12x minus 12x is no x's. Then I go over here. 15y's plus 8y's is 23y. And 105 minus 36, 15 minus 6 is 9. 10 goes to a 9 minus 3 is 69. Divide both sides of this equation by 23. and that is 3. My y is 3. Now I take any one of these 4 equations and substitute that y back in, and it's usually best to go to one of the first equations because they're the simplest, have the smallest numbers. So I think I'll choose the second equation down, which says negative 3x plus 2y equals negative 9. Substitute the 3 for the y and get negative 3x plus 2 times 3 equals negative 9. Negative 3x, now multiply the 2 times 3 plus 6 to get the negative 9. To finish solving for x, isolate the x by subtracting the 6. And negative 9 plus negative 6 is negative 15. The 6's are gone, so all I'm left with on the left side is negative 3x. Divide both sides by negative 3, and I get x equals positive 5. So my answer is x equals 5 and y equals 3. You can write it as an ordered pair or separately. A lot of steps, but if you can solve the simple equations, you can generally do these pretty well. So if you can solve these simple linear equations, you tend to have a lot of success with these. Okay? Let's do one more of these. And I'll be kind and choose one of them from your homework, if you like. So I'll choose number 9 from your homework. We got 4x minus 3y equals 6. Oh, sorry, 8. Just read that. And 5x minus 2y equals negative 11. I'm going to multiply the top equation by 5. I'm going to multiply the bottom equation by 4. Now I have to think one more thing. I want one of these 5 times 4s to be positive and the other one to be negative. So, yes, sir? Yeah, so I should put a negative, and it doesn't matter which equation I put the negative on. Can we put it on the top? All right, I'll put it on the top. Okay? Could have put it on the second one. Doesn't matter. All right, now, negative 5 times 4 is negative 20x. Negative 5 times negative 3y, negative times negative is positive. 5 times 3 is 15y. Becky, I do have a worksheet. And you have to be sure to multiply the negative 5 times the number, the constant on the end. Negative 5 times 8 is negative 40. Now I'll do the second equation. Same thing. Got to distribute a 4. 4 times 5x is 20x. X's are going to eliminate because I got negative 20 and positive 20. Julian, calm down, please. 4 times negative 2y is negative 8y. And 4 times negative 11 is negative 44.